Hello, 83.8 degrees here at the Manassas National Battlefield. I'm Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. For our latest forecast, go to capitalweathergang.com, or you can click on my face here, and popping up on your mobile device, you'll see all the links below that we're about to talk about in the next 18 to 22 minutes, let's say. Decent evening, yes, but we hit 91 degrees today, making it our 61st time of 90 or higher yet again this warm season. What am I calling it? Aug'tober. Aug'tober continues, but we take a brief break tomorrow with mid-70s for high temperatures and some clouds. This is actually very close to average, so we end September on a September note, but the heat may build again by the middle of the week. We'll get to that in a minute. For tomorrow anyway, we get also a small break in the dew point, going down to the 60-65 degree range. Let's call it moist for tomorrow, but again, with the heat building this week, it could get muggy, sticky, unpleasant in the 65 to 70 degree range as the heat builds later this week. But in the shorter term, we've got this front. This is the Monday evening forecast map with some rain around, maybe some isolated showers, maybe one or two storms, maybe. But this isolated rain is really not going to do much to help our drought situation. And look at this, we dry out for Tuesday and the heat starts building as this high pressure south of us in North Carolina starts building into the area. So we have a little bit of a topsy-turvy week ahead, a little bit of a nice break tomorrow, and Tuesday the heat builds, sunshine returns with our rain chances dwindling yet again. We just don't have significant rain chances in this week ahead. And yes, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, low confidence, but we're looking at maybe our top hottest October temperatures possible on Wednesday. I think it is 96 degrees for the hottest temperature recorded in October in DC. And we might tie or beat that on Wednesday. So if we hit 96, we tied. If we hit 97, we beat our hottest October temperature in DC. Now, here are the tropics really quick. It's quiet except for Lorenzo, it's arguably not quiet when you have a Category 5. It reached Category 5 status in the middle of the Atlantic. And by Thursday, there's a slight chance of some tropical storm force winds in Ireland. So we'll see how this tracks toward the Ireland and UK area later this week. But for the latest on Lorenzo, go to cwg.news/Lorenzo. So the good news is the DC area has no tropical threats in the Atlantic right now. So we are happy to report a quiet Atlantic near us in the mid-Atlantic region. Now, looking ahead at temperatures, this is 10 to 14 days out. This is almost looking in a 2-week time period. Temperatures, again, want to get above average, but think about it as we get toward October 13th. That's our first day where average high temperature is below 70 degrees, 69 degrees for average high temperature on October 13th. So that is kind of, we're getting there. Our average high temperature tomorrow is 74 and Friday 73. So averages are going down. So even if we're above average, it should be a little bit more comfortable. And here's some good news with precipitation in the 10 to 14 day looking ahead period. There are signals we have a chance of increased moisture, of above average moisture. So we will watch that with some pleasure. Hopefully we see some moisture. While yes, we are still tracking in DC ahead in this graph for the year to date, it has been a short-term flash drought, and that is what is impacting us in the last few weeks. We just have not seen much precipitation. 0.11 is that number. So you can see while we are above this other column, which is year-to-date precipitation average to this point in September, while yes, we're above it, we've just seen nothing in September, 0.11 inches. So we really could use some rain. The yellow indicates abnormally dry, and these brown spots that are developing in the region are this drought, this flash drought that has developed in the last 2-3 weeks or so. So yes, keep watering those gardens. Allergy sufferers, I'm sorry, the ragweed will continue to be the main source of our aggravation, moderately high. And yes, let's take some questions. I'm Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. Go to capitalweathergang.com anytime you need us, or follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather. I'm at the Manassas Battlefield taking in this dipping temperatures slowly after a 91 degree high today at DC. And sunset looks nice here in Manassas, 84.2 degrees there on my Kestrel weather meter. Let's see. All right. Donovan, are we getting rain this week? Maybe some showers tomorrow. That is all I can promise. It is not looking like substantial rain this week. Just some clouds and maybe a few drops tomorrow. Good question, Donovan. Our drought continues. Yes, indeed, flash droughts. It is not a new meteorological term, Julie. It just is rare that it happens around here in DC. I believe I have the link to that under cwg.news/drought, so check that out. And Kenny, 20 degrees above normal this week is not what we need right now. I completely agree. Hi, Camden. Thanks, Denver Murray, for tuning in. I am well. I hope you are as well. Lori, thanks for tagging Kate and John. Diane, we do need rain. Lori says, my son and fiance were, here yesterday at Manassas Battlefield. One of their favorite spots. I've never been here, so thanks for letting me check it out for the broadcast today. Hey, Carol, thanks for tuning in. Paul, possibly 96 midweek. Yes, indeed, we are eyeing that possibility. Still nothing more than medium confidence yet. Let me show you. It could be hot, but there is some room for it to be a little bit cooler as well. But the main primary weather model in this modeling system, which in the background has multiple simulations, as you can see by this color swath for the low temperatures and the high temperatures, they're in decent agreement here on Wednesday. That's medium confidence that we see 96 degrees. You can see the main one is at the top of the range of these background simulations, but then we have lower confidence on Thursday about this heat, because the main one, while yes, it spit out a 96 degree temperature there, it is at the top of what is a larger range of these background model simulations of this modeling system. So that gives us less confidence about the heat persisting into Thursday. So yes, Paul, it is possible. Drew, severe weather possible on Thursday? I can't rule it out. So far, when I checked the Storm Prediction Center, they don't see anything widespread or high chance for severe weather in our mid-Atlantic region this week just yet. Hey, Ada, thanks for tuning in. Randy, thank you very much. Happy wetter new year. Yes, let's hope so. Kathy, I see a sprinkler in my future. Unfortunately, yes. Aaron, hello. After Wednesday, do you think we can finally say goodbye to summer? Not gonna comment. Just don't know. I don't want to put it to bed just yet. Do I think 90s are behind us? Possibly. How about that? There's some answer. Julie, thanks for tuning in. Hello, Brian. Yep, I'm out here in the central West Virginia. I am in Virginia at Manassas Park here, but I love that Brian calls it West. And Mo Mullen, fantastic. Happy Monday. And Brian, Wednesday and Haymarket. If you're asking about the temperatures, yes, we could all sweat a little bit on Wednesday. Do we see our 96 degree reading, which is would tie our record for the warmest October reading in DC? It's possible we see that Wednesday. If we see 97, that would be a new record for the warmest October reading in DC. David, thanks for tuning in. I do like to get around a little bit for these broadcasts. I haven't been to Manassas Battlefield here yet, so I wanted to get here and check it out. Yes, the skins stink. I'm sorry, Montej, you're feeling that. And Greg, no snow in the forecast just yet. Karen, thanks for tuning in. And Roll Tide, Jonathan. Oh, is that in reference to here on the battlefield? I love it. Thanks so much for tuning in, Jonathan. All right, what else have I missed before we do a recap of what the latest is for this upcoming week? You're most welcome, Mike. Thanks for tuning in. And Diane, where's the dry, hot air coming from? Oh, well, we're getting a little bit of downsloping off of the mountains, and we've got high pressure sitting offshore. And what happens when the ground is this dry? The sun heats the ground very fast when there is no moisture to heat up, because the electromagnetic order of the sun's rays of infrared, it goes into moisture first, into water and water vapor. So then second, it will warm the ground and the dry soil. But since it skips over step one, since we have no water vapor and soil moisture in the ground is actually able to just show the solid matter to the sun, to the infrared rays that are coming in, and boom, you get this instant heating of the ground, nothing standing its way. You get these large daytime differences between low temperature at sunrise and mid-afternoon high temperature. When we get into these drought scenarios, especially September, early October, we can see 40-degree daytime differences between low and high temperatures. So it is very much related to this drought. It's a feedback cycle. We are dry, and we are more easily able to just heat up the ground and get hot. So I hope that helps. Thanks again for tuning in, Mike. Donovan, thank you for tuning in. Annette, a beautiful day. I'm glad you liked it. Drop in humidity soon, just tomorrow, Sarah. Let's see, I'll give you mid-70s with some clouds tomorrow. That's average temperatures, and humidity tomorrow might be the best until Friday in the 60 to 65 degree dew point range. That's kind of moist. And then it goes up as the heat comes back in the middle of the week into sticky, unpleasant zone with dew point 65 to 70s. So the dew point, indeed, Alan, I've felt it as well. And Rachel feels the humidity being miserable. And Annette, I'm glad you thought it was beautiful enough today. Let's take a quick temperature check here. 83.6. Here at Manassas Battlefield. I'm Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. Anytime you need us, we're at capitalweathergang.com, and I've also linked here in the video. You can touch on my face, and all the links pop up below. You will see cwg.news/latest for our latest forecast. Latest on the tropics, go to cwg.news/Lorenzo. That is the Category 5 hurricane in the Atlantic that developed. So far, no threats to DC from the tropics, which is great. And also subscribe to us on YouTube at cwg.news/YouTube. And for an email in your inbox every day with our forecast, go to cwg.news/email. Hoping Thursday is lower. Heather, you are hoping for lower temperatures. Yes, I mean, it's possible. It's low confidence looking this far out, but the background model simulations underneath this 96 primary model spitting out of 96, there is quite a range below that 96. So keep the hope alive for maybe a slightly cooler than 96 Thursday. So the temperature, Donovan, does drop, as you can see, maybe Friday, we think. Not sure where it will end up, but we do think there's a decent chance this weekend is a little bit more comfortable, a little bit cooler. And our average high temperature on Friday is 70 down to 73 degrees. All right, Sherry, humidity is bad. Jeffrey, can we get a nor'easter? That would be a little bit nice without any property damage. I would love just some light to moderate wind and some good soaking rain. I agree with you. Agnes, thanks for tuning in. And I'll take the 90s being behind us. Yes, indeed, Aaron, I will as well. There are some nice biting flies here on Manassas Battlefield. Okay, they don't respond to bug spray. So much fun. Chris, do you think October will be a dry month as well? I think that we have some chance here based on the Climate Prediction Center. Here's temperatures for the 10 to 14 day period. Yes, a little bit above average. A slight probability of being above average, but our averages are going down. By this upcoming Friday, our average is down to 73 degrees. By October 13th, our average is below 70 at 69 degrees. So keep that in mind. Even if you see a signal here, this is a moderately decent signal of above average temperatures. At least our average temperatures are going down. But you asked about, Chris, you asked about precipitation. There is a nicer signal here, some chance that we are above average in precipitation in the 10 to 14 day period as well. So Gene, you asked about tropical interest in the next 10 days. We are safe here in DC for the moment. That is what is good. I didn't see any other disturbances in the Atlantic besides Lorenzo, and it might head toward Ireland and the UK by the end of the week. For the latest on Lorenzo, go to cwg.news/Lorenzo. Great question, Gene. Heather, in your neighborhood, it looks like you were talking about your garden. Indeed, please keep watering it. And Rachel, I'm sorry about that emoji. You don't like this weather, the dryness probably, and the pollen, which we can talk about as well. Ragweed remains moderately high. I'm feeling it with you, allergy sufferers. Keely is asking for rain, please. Justin, thanks for tuning in. Pablo, thanks for tuning in. Karita is so angry about this heat. Yes, 3 angry emojis. And Peter, hi, thanks for tuning in. Well, before I go, let's take in this decent end to the day. It was 91 degrees, and it is our 61st time of hitting 90 degrees or higher in DC. Here at Manassas right now, Manassas Battlefield, it's becoming nicer. The shorter days, as much as I don't like them, produce a quicker decrease in the temperature. 83.3 right now here on the grassy battlefield, helping conditions here feel a little bit more tolerable. But yes, after our 61st 90-degree day, we take a break tomorrow. Very quick break. We end September with mid-70s, some clouds, a very September end to September. And yes, please enjoy this break from tomorrow. We have a brief break in 60 to 65 degree dew points. So it shouldn't feel but moist tomorrow. So keep that in mind. It might be the lowest dew points, least humidity we see until Friday. This front is coming through tomorrow evening, trying to give us some showers, maybe an isolated storm, cooling us off briefly as it stalls over us, giving us some clouds. I'll take the break. I could use, yes, a few raindrops, some clouds. I'm happy with this, but we dry out again on Tuesday. This high pressure way down here in North Carolina is going to try and build in, giving us some warmth, yes, by Tuesday. Then do we see record challenging warmth on Wednesday? If we hit 96 degrees on Wednesday, that would tie the hottest October reading we have seen ever in DC. If we hit 97, that would be our new hottest temperature ever recorded in October in DC. And confidence is medium. We'll see. Well, it's not a slam dunk lock that we see 96, and even less so, less confidence on Thursday. Let's look at that range below the 96. It's lower confidence with all those background model simulations in this modeling system. They're showing us, yes, the primary number, the best, strongest model is saying 96, but there's still, look at all these scenarios in the background. These high temperature ranges get wider and wider starting on Thursday. So just stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com. We should see a break in the heat and some cooler temperatures by the weekend. We just don't know the exact timing and the exact magnitude of change. But 90s could could be behind us after this week. I'm jinxing us, I know, but there's a decent chance because, yes, even though there's a moderate signal we're above average in the 10 to 14 day period, our average high temperature is going down to 73 degrees by next Friday, and by October 13th, our average high temperature gets down below 70 degrees to 69 degrees on October 13th. And here's the better news. Some moisture might be returning to the region. There is a slight low-medium chance of above average precipitation, and this is better than what we were seeing out west. This is a signal for below average precipitation. So this green is good news to hopefully start chipping away at our drought conditions here in the east. We just have not seen much rain. This is from the National Weather Service today. 0.11 inches here in DC in September. Yes, this bar right here is higher than our year-to-date average, but the magnitude of this dryness this month has just been so quick. Our flash drought is what we're terming it because it just has happened so quick. It's quite an impact when suddenly you screech on the brakes here in September and don't have any more rain. We just really could use it. The short-term impacts are being much more felt than the long-term fact that we have still, year-to-date, we've had more rain than average. But the soil is not having it. The drought, abnormally dry in all of the region almost. All this yellow is abnormally dry, and light brown indicates this drought zone that we are looking at. We really have to keep watering the gardens and lawns. The growing season does kind of continue, for better or worse, and that I guess also means pollen. Ragweed is enjoying these conditions. Medium ragweed for most of the region means that I'm feeling it with you. Yes, indeed. Oh, and of course, yes, we're after the equinox and equilux, so we have less than 12 hours of day length ahead of us. But as I was saying a minute ago, the temperatures decrease fast. Even though we got to 91 degrees today, look at this, 83 degrees right now here at Manassas Battlefield. Some clouds, harbinger of things to come tonight as clouds build, and into tomorrow, which will be a cloudy day in mid-70s. I just like that the temperature goes down fairly quickly as the sun goes down quicker and quicker, earlier and earlier, as we get past the equinox into winter. All right, so let's see. First frost date prediction, Chris. Maybe around Halloween if we're lucky for western suburbs, well away from the Beltway. Higher elevations, maybe see Halloween or so. And I'm thinking maybe I-81 corridor. But that's my best guess right now. I'm not going to really think that we're going to see frost until we start seeing the Climate Prediction Center give us 10 to 2 week forecasts that are going to be below average, and this is still saying above average. I don't see frost on the horizon just yet, but October is traditionally a transition month, so I don't blame you for asking, Chris. Is the temperature going down faster than normal? No, it is not, but we do have dry soil, so that actually helps the daytime differences between low temperature and high temperature accentuate themselves. We can, in drought conditions, when there's no soil moisture, we can actually, Rachel, see 40-degree diurnal daytime differences between low temperature at sunrise and the high temperature by mid-afternoon this time of year. It's kind of crazy. When there's just no soil moisture, the sun goes right into heating the ground, and boom, you can jump 40 degrees from low temperature to high temperature just in the same day. All right, Michael will be working outside on Tuesday and Wednesday. So Wednesday, you will not like those temperatures. That's what I'm just going to tell you right now. We could see a new record high temperature if we hit 97. But so far, we might tie our hottest October temperature in DC, 96 degrees. Tuesday, getting warmer, but not as bad as Wednesday. Chris, thank you so much for tuning in. You're most welcome. Rachel, you're most welcome. Love summer, but not in October. Rick, I'm calling it Aug'tober with these 90s coming back in the middle of this week as we start October. Just kind of crazy to think about. Our average high temperature for Friday is 73 degrees. So we finally start getting back toward average by Friday. But this is way, way, way above our average of mid-70s. I don't like it. So Rick, I hope that you like that I'm calling it Aug'tober. So dry, how dry I am. Yes, indeed, Evan. Hi, Tina. Thank you so much for tuning in. If I missed any questions, I will check them when I go off the air in just a second. Thank you so much for tuning in. For all the links, touch on my face, popping up below on your mobile device. You'll see our latest capitalweathergang.com forecast at cwg.news/latest. Follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather. On YouTube, go to cwg.news/YouTube. Get our email forecast in your inbox, cwg.news/email. And for the latest on the tropics, go to cwg.news/Lorenzo, because yes, that is no threat to us, but churning out in the Atlantic, nice and strong. It got to Category 5 strength and might bring some wind and storminess to Ireland or the UK at the end of this week. Paul, thanks so much. Chris, I agree with you. And yes, Carol, I want cooler temps, but I don't want it to go straight to winter. Same here. I agree with you. Thanks, Karita, for tuning in. Pamela, thanks for tuning in. And daily digit of 0 on Wednesday and Thursday. LOL Denver. Yes, how about that? I'll entertain that. Yes. If we hit a new record high temperature for October in DC of 97 degrees on Wednesday, and this would tie it. 96 would tie our hottest October temperature in DC. But if we really have higher confidence of a 97 degree reading coming on Wednesday to make our new highest October reading ever recorded in DC, yes, I'll go daily digit 0. Yes. Thank you all for tuning in. Paul, thanks as well. Last reading. I just love this. It's finally getting comfortable here after 91 degrees today in DC. Another 90 degree reading. 82.6 here at Manassas Battlefield. Thanks for tuning in. Have a decent start to your work week, but yes, be prepared to start sweating as early as Tuesday, but more likely Wednesday and possibly Thursday as Aug'tober heat builds in the middle of the week. Have a great night. Thanks so much.